Today is Tuesday, October the 9th, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make these buffalo potatoes. I finally have all the ingredients in place. This nice lady that I shot the pool with and we talked about stuff, she gave me this really nice toaster oven, and then now I'm cooking chicken. I trimmed away the fat, which is new for me. Now, this is her buffalo potatoes wedges, and my rule was, hey, if somebody gives you a recipe, that's a wonderful common courtesy. They're not telling you to go to the web, they're not telling you to do this or that. So, I've made several types of potatoes, and I did kind of bathe them in some butter. Now, this nice lady, let's call her Betty. That's not her name, but I like to provide people privacy. So now, I cut the wedges, okay, with skins on them, best I could to get wedges. The background is music from Living Socially Secure. What I'm doing is, I go to a senior center, and if you're a senior, you want to gather with your fellow seniors. So, meeting all kinds of people, common backgrounds. My friend who came from Montclair, New Jersey, see her in church. One of the ladies is a nurse. She also goes to the same parish as me. Betty, who gave me this recipe, she comes in, she helped with like some sewing. I think she does Tai Chi with people. She shot pool with me a couple times. And it's just nice to have people in this protected enclave that you're all the same age. So the way that Miss Betty says to do this is, instead of immersing the potatoes, okay, I'm supposed to pour this over the potatoes. And I gotta follow the instructions. I can't lay it up there because that's cooking. I just checked the temperature on that using my food thermometer. We're good to go. Pour on, sprinkle on. Okay, so she provided this for me. Very, very nice. Somebody takes some time to stop. She gave me some art supplies. I gotta use that because you need to have this soothing experience of art in your life. And I do some rudimentary highlighter sketches that are real rudimentary. It's just sitting on the porch and trying to capture the feeling. Today at the center I did an hour with two ladies, and I'm the neophyte. I'm the youngest one there, and so everybody that I'm hanging out with is older than me, and most of them are about 10 or 15 years older than me. And so that butter doesn't go bad, and that's Morgan. So what I decided to do, in order to meet Betty's recipe suggestions, is, in the background you hear me croning. I'm working off of a songbook that the director of the senior center was kind enough to print for me. One of the other ladies who plays the guitar, who were working on this project, the center runs this thing called, I say horrible on cheap recorders. This lady was now, so what I was thinking of doing was using a strainer. I'm just going to pour it. So I'm in the background, overlaying, overdubbing. Yeah, this is a better pour, whereas what I was doing was immersing already coated. So now Miss Betty says, sprinkle on the I think I'm going to drain off some of this butter. It's more than. Gonna get my egg flipper. They call it when you're a senior if you're. Okay, it's at 4:55. They say like seniors who have Alzheimer's say things like hand clock instead of watch. It took me a couple of weeks to remember that this is a spatula. I was calling it the egg flipper. No, I don't. They told me it was early onset, so they just gave me a lot of warning, and I got to go see the doctor about that. But when you're a senior citizen, you got to see the doctor about everything. How come in contact? In order to be socially secure, it's not get ill, not leave your house, be able to not go into a hospital. Okay. So these are the herbs and spices that Miss Betty gave me. Okay, now 1 teaspoon, 1 to 2 teaspoons of liquid crystal hot sauce. And the other potatoes that I made, which I gave Betty some, they weren't real spicy, and so I got some Frank's, but I'm going for what the recipe, because this is where it started the conversation. She says she uses this, and I actually had some in the house. Now, if you spill it, going over here, well, I'm not going to spill it. A little bit. 1. Now I'm going to go for little Frank's. No, I can't do that. Not on the recipe. On the recipe. Okay, so I need the butter. Sprinkle on pepper. Okay, now, let's see. Okay? All right, Miss Betty. There's the wedges. Didn't drown the stuff in the butter. Martin. And the oven preheated. And I'm concerned about fuses at times, so I have to monitor what's on. Now, based on my last reading of this, which is the chicken in the toaster oven that Betty gave me, again, I pulled the fat off of that, and that's new for me. I like what I call living social security, to use batteries when you can. I look in there, that way I can see how it's cooked. In this case, based on my last, oh, there's more. Hold on. Let's season this up a little bit. So now, safety first, oven light, okay? Get 2 pot holders. Just by mixing the water up, well, if it doesn't affect how it goes. You know, I'm blessed because I have 4 older sisters. Where's my brain? I've had 4 older sisters all my life. And so, you know, most men don't grow up with 5 women in their house telling them what to do. My sisters didn't tell me what to do. They gave me instructions, and there's a difference. They instructed me. So when the lady says to me, here, try this, I'm very comfortable with that, since that's been my whole life. So today at the center, the lady I had sung with, and she was doing guitar 2 or 3 weeks ago. Second lady came, so then we worked on what's called struggling musicians. And it's a struggle. You get the tempo down. I'm trying to go fast. They want to go slower. I was going slower last time. And I'm trying to get in rhythm and harmony, and I don't have the best voice. I I have my range. And right now I have been bicycling for almost 3 months, so I have no long use. But using the social resources of the public, what we call the common good versus the private good, I go to the library and I listened to this, I watched these guys, and I saw Willie and Waylon. So now, okay, I cleaned that. I have to know what time it is. $7:31. $25 minutes. So just put in a couple minutes. Chicken has to go to 165 minimum. Just not there. Just not there. Okay. Buddy, once you use this a couple times, that little hiccup is gone. Now again, watching my safety and my fuses. Okay, we'll bring that down. That's an additional light. So the 50 to 75 videos that I have on my cooking channel are designed. I'm going to package them together. Right now, we're going to listen to some music. And this is Wyndham Jimmins with Willie Nelson. On pen. They used to call it money, but my father gave my mother. Successful life we're living, guys. Do you want to capture them? Penguins playing songs and bluebirds train songs and blue eyes crying in the rain. Out in Newfoundland, Texas, ain't nobody feeling no pain. Baby, let's sell your diamond rings, buy some Gucci faded jeans, and go away. This coat and tie is choking me, and in your high society you cry all day. We didn't need some bridges taken up with Joan. Work hard for laws and we're still building on. Baby, it's time we got back to the basics of love. Let's go to Lukenbach, Texas, Waylon and Willie and the boys.
Next time come to Willie's.
The idea is to prepare your food.
Successful life we're living,
Nice places, right?
you know, like the Hatfield sandwich toy.
Can you hold back on? Penguins playing songs and Georgia's train songs and blue eyes crying in the rain. Now in Lukenbach, Texas, ain't nobody feeling no pain. Okay, buddy, that's all about the recipe. Thank you. You really, from our first game of baby, you just made this bingo. You just made this so pleasant. Welcome me to the little club up there. That's right. We didn't even do it. You just go like that. I'm going to show you out the sauce in there. Train songs and blue eyes crying in the rain. So again, you know, keep your mental activity up. So if you do stuff like that, that's cooking, that's cooking. I know what time that's when you're ready. So I'm going to have a little stir fry. And never was a stir fry guy, but you know, I get these are real great cost. And my sister number 3, we have a common health condition, and she said, you know, people with Dally. So, I don't know, this means somewhere in my refrigerator there's teriyaki sauce. I didn't remember that. It's in there. That's crazy. I didn't remember using this. Here's my chefing skills. I got the wrong one. Now, I'm always talking about you don't throw everything in all at once. Now, the mixer, mix chemicals for flooring, food, the bartender mix all of this, and social life, mix it. This is Luke the Drifter. You're cheating hard with I'm delirious. So I'm trying to get some income. Social Security doesn't start for another 45 days or so at least. So I went out and applied for a host at a restaurant that has a lot of senior clientele. Even the staff is senior. You know, all my life, everywhere I work, I worked around seniors. The card room and the golf clubs were the retired guys with money, playing cards for a living, drinking some whiskey and scotch. Our Dutch friend, Manny and I know a guy with a Dutch name, he's got a whole block named after him. He was drinking club soda because that was that point in his life. But the point was, you know, I always mixed well. I had a lot of respect for these guys. They were Wall Street guys. Most of them were private businessmen. So there's it. This is supposed to be the whole thing. So part of my also living Social Security is 2, 3, or 4 days worth of food at least. And I've got, when I'm done with this, I'll have 6 days worth of food. Carefully you don't have a loss rate. So potatoes, chicken, and stir fry. And that'll be tonight's dinner, and I'll eat them on peach terrace, I call it. That's my big porch outside. The birds are already gone to bed, I'm pretty sure. So on the internet, I read something about massive size mosquitoes coming up in this next storm, and I'm like, oh, a mosquito. Biggest mosquitoes I've ever seen in my life. To flow the way I do, your cheating heart will help on you. See, I got it wrong. You got the words. So, living alone, you don't have to overuse your food. So now I have enough. I've got Latin rice from the other night. I cooked up some of this, Mahatma black beans. Well, that's Mahatma. So I cooked up Latin rice. Put some stir fry in there. Oh man, that smells good. Yeah, you know, I like to show off. I like to show off my lifestyle, which is living the life. Just take it over. My original plan is March 21st. I don't know if I can last that long. But I heard some primary mechanisms to bicycle. The doctor told me, you're an old SUV now, dude. You gotta, take care of that SUV over the winter. The way I do, your cheating heart will tell on you. Check the time on the potato. That's it. 15 more minutes on the potatoes, which always check stuff, okay? Again, oven lights, so you can see what I'm doing. I've got something on the front burner, I'm not going to put my face near there. So I will move the ceramic gear away. Turn the oven off so it sings my hair. Put that back there. Turn the light on. Oh, that smells great. Around this and we get some of the sauce. We'll tell on you.
When tears come down.
Now since Freddie gave me the oven, the little oven, this is the first time I've used the big oven in probably about 4 or 5 days a week. So that's an 80% reduction in food heating costs, let's say flame costs. Unfortunately, with the global warming and all that stuff, this hurricane comes and tears the walls and humidity. Normally I think I'd be sleeping outside already, but you can't sleep outside because of the mosquitoes. But now, what is measurable is repeatable. What is repeatable is rewardable. That was something I learned in the hotel business. So, I had this big board, about 2 inches thick, made of oak, on my lap, and I was balancing 2 recorders and the words, and bouncing my foot, and I knocked the phone down so the board fell. And it truly was a soundboard. Now it's going to rise faster. Okay, so it's not quite ready. And that's my chicken. Last night I made it with olives and stuff. Really like an olive base. And it got really brown. I scrape it off. Didn't catch it fire. So I thoroughly enjoy cooking, and it's, you know, if you say therapeutic, people think there's something wrong with you. No, enjoyable is okay. I don't watch TV. In fact, I gave up even listening to classical radio because in between there's the news. So 3 minutes of news, it just sneezes me for an hour. And you know, I drank about 6 of these a day. Gatorades. I traveled with work bucket full of 6 bottles of Gatorade and 2 bottles of espresso. And one of the ladies at the center today, they did a presentation on blood pressure from one of the members of the participants in the community. Was a nurse, so she did the blood pressure. My blood pressure was 170. She says, when I saw her eyes go up, I'm like, ooh, whatever, 130, 140. But I didn't have much sleep. I had a lot of espresso. I just traveled through traffic. And I had spicy breakfast. Like now, I want these vegetables, they're already all done. I took my time on the potatoes. 9 more minutes on those. So, the radio I was listening to when all the circus was going on last month draws a lot of power because it's very super to charge up an iPhone. And it's a bright light at night, fills up my cabin. And I'm realizing now, you know, I can record this music at the library, keep my spirits up. I love the classical music, but See, this way I don't have to listen to 3 minutes of the world's clamors. You know, rumors of war and all that. And I think Rodney King should be nominated for sainthood. I call him St. Rodney King. Can't we all just get along? See, if a different viewpoint, it's our turn, your turn. That's the way you play tag. That's what God does. Well, two-party state have been for 100 years. So now, this is, now it's off, okay? So I make a nice plate. My sister gave me maritake. I went off on a tangent. Over here I got 2/3 of a bag of dried beans. I rinsed them. I went on the internet, said rinse them. So I do use the internet. I use it on my page. Avoid the ads as much as possible. I do it on the big screen. So I watched how to rinse beans. Yeah, that's a little bit of education for me. And then I'm going to make celery soup. I'm going to put some celery and potatoes and ready. Okay, now, be safe. And right now I'm running the stove, an oven top, and that You don't need to use all the stuff there. That's why we're good people. I'm confident. Chicken is done. And also I know my timing on the camera and the meals. I uploaded some videos today, and the name of my channel has to do with, not politics, but the danger of the workplace in Industrial Revolution, in England. The sewing mills, where these girls need to sew mills, might be in the mines or off the sea, and merchants. Well, this machine was spinning around in a circle over and over again. Do this. Sewing stuff, and that's a sewing machine. And all of a sudden, sewing wheel will pop off and hit me in the head. They're just learning how to make these machines. And then you fall to the ground bleeding, and the gaffer was the guy who counted the pieces that they did. And he'd come over and say, "Lady, get up. Don't be bleeding on my stuff." And so, about 10 years ago, I heard this song on a college radio station called Poverty, Poverty Not. Because that's the sound of the machine. It's not so much as, it wasn't just poverty though, they were bringing income home. So it's not socialist. It just happens to be the noise that the machine made. Now.
In my world at the alcove with the Simpson Library. Watch me on record this and say this.
Flint is good for you. It helps your digestion. Okay. And I had enough stuff on there, and I've got about. Got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
In his hands, he's got the whole world.
Yeah.
In his hands, he's got the whole world.
So what I do is now, I set, oh no, I cleaned it outside. I think the right is still out there. Let me
In
see.
his hands, he's got the wind and the rain. In his hands, he's got the wind. Got the whole world.
Yeah, still the skis out there. I got eating the house. So didn't have much sleep. Good. I'm reading the story of Lennon, 700 pages John. I'm not much fan. And it's about music, of course, but how they went different stages of their career. And now it's like 60, 60, 67, and they're worldwide and doing it. So I like that, and that would tire me out. Full meal. This week I gave up cake. the religious book that I'm reading said, you know, fast doesn't always have to be a certain day of the week. You know, they said fasting is denying yourself something you like. So I've been eating a lot of cake. I have been eating a lot of cake recently. And I'm blowing up.
I saw a little baby get baptized, and man, that was so
This week I'll give up cake. Next week I'll give up beer.
I saw like 9 babies
30 days
Sunday
straight I'll give up cake and beer. And that'll prevent me from getting an extra bulge for winter when you're going to be sedentary and the length of days changing.
Got the whole world
in his hand, he's got the whole world. In his hand, he's got the whole world. In his hand, he's got the whole wide world. In his hand. Got the little bitty baby. In his hands, he's got the little bitty baby. In his hands, he's got the little bitty baby. In his hands, he's got the whole wide world. In his hand. And I saw one baby get baptized this Sunday. Like, that's little bitty baby. And the week before that, I happened upon 9 little bitty babies getting baptized. And that day I saw, well, communion. A first communion for some congregants, and then the baptism for 9. And it's very, very uplifting to see that kind of thing. You know, that people are raising their kids in the faith, whatever you make this. That's not for you to decide, that's between you and your maker. I believe in Jesus Christ. I have a lot of friends. Hindus, a lot of friends Muslims. I'm not too many friends are atheists. I have some friends that don't practice. They always practice. I turned 60, I came up with a version of my prayers, which are, I was talking to a Jain, which is a religious community fellow, about 15, 20 years ago, and I said to him, you know, Hasu, if I don't say my prayers within 10 minutes of getting out of bed, I'll have a bad day. He said, I say my prayers before I put my foot on the ground. I said, that's a good idea. So then I started saying my prayers in bed, and it might take me a while longer than waking up, or maybe you wake up and you got to go use the bathroom or something. So when I hit 60, I said, okay, I'm running out of time here on this earth. So I come down to 3, I go, Our Father, Hail Mary. Halfway through the Our Father, I say, okay, jump up and greet the day. I'd finish that as a working Our Father. And all day long, with traffic, bureaucrats in line, waiting on phone lines or whatever. Anytime I have to wait, I automatically default to an Our Father. And believe me, I'm a sinner, I'm no priest or brother, no rabbi. Well, I had one hotel owner that he'd come into the hotel every day. He'd open a cabinet like this and he'd light up incense and he would say his prayers. And then he did like 4 of his hotels a day. And a couple times I'd do 3 of the hotels with him. I'd be another hotel an hour later, come in, I'd have another prayer. And every day that he went into one of his hotels, very holy man, he would do the prayer. And then first of the month, he'd give me like easily 50 envelopes for charities all over the world. And I put stamps on these and make sure they go out. So I knew that he was giving back. Very devout man. He's been very successful. He has a wonderful family. Don't know if he's still here. I don't know what happens to the Indian people. I'm sure they go to greater consciousness and eventually we all get called home to the great light.
Just pulling around the corral here.
Now, being a senior with a tad of brain confusion, when I carry my bottles around, I keep the top on them in case I trip. I don't have a crisis. Enough good and social secure. Avoid anxiety.
I think I failed an accident. Michael Jackson too.
And my decision is, because this is a new oven, it doesn't leak, it overcooks stuff. So they're done. Turn it off. Now instead of carrying this hot tray around,
That's Aretha, but we're too slow for
I'm
me.
going to manipulate the camera.
So next one will be Alan Jackson.
So there's Miss Betty's potatoes, done her way, not all soaked my way. That's the chicken with the fat cut off of it, and that's the stir fry from the teriyaki. That's the beans. So 36 minutes. I usually go 36 to 45 minutes of doing these videos, and the reason is that I'm going to be combining my channels all together and cross-lace them with keywords. Eventually, people see how to live social secure, plan, network, see people laugh. I tell jokes. Down at the senior center, and I just listen to people laugh, and it's the best medicine. But in the 7-8 months I've been here, this time, I know 50 people, and they know me. And in this modern times, do you know 50 people that you see 30 of them in a 7-day period? So, all right. Here's Betty. Better than what I was doing before. Excellent. Very special. I tried to get in on the recipe today, but they were busy. So I didn't see Miss Betty today. Hope she's there tomorrow. And there's some of these. And I got a whole bunch more potatoes. That's a lot of food. There's a lot of people up here, so. That's a joke, son. 5 or 9 bucks,